We are back with Troy West from allplayswin.com. It is Wednesday, April 1st. We're doing our daily NBA call. We've got 12 games on the card tonight. We just got finished analyzing the card overall. We touched on a bunch of games. Now we're going to get to part two, our free picks for tonight's card. Troy West, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks, Pete. I appreciate it. Yeah, we gave you guys a nice winner yesterday. Hopefully we can get some good success going. But I think it's a tough card. Even as many games it's a tougher card than normal.
Well, in my opinion, I'm seeing a lot of leans that I'm having here that I like, and that scares me a little bit, but I'm feeling kind of confident. One I'm definitely going to go with. So I'll start with that one, then we'll get your picks, and then we'll get to my leans, see which ones I'll finalize. I'm definitely going to go with the under 206.5 in Toronto, Minnesota, right? Minnesota is shorthanded. They're tired at the end of the year, and Toronto is gearing up for the playoffs. They're said to be focusing on defense. They're going to want to, shore up their defense down the stretch of the regular season, and they'll definitely be able to do it against Minnesota, a team that probably won't put up too much resistance and might be a little bit tired and short-handed. And it's kind of a high total, 206.5. That's going to be my first free pick in this video today. Under 206.5, Toronto, Minnesota. You think that seems reasonable?
That does seem extremely reasonable. I would actually lean that way as well. Two teams with not a ton of scoring power. Like you said, a lot of guys that can't shoot the basketball very well is always a safe underplay. Like you said, Minnesota just lacking in all departments. Can't see Minnesota sniffing that 100 mark. I think the only way that would go over is if Toronto went on a scoring spree. But Toronto, not necessarily a big scoring team either. That looks like a good pick to me.
Yeah. The problem is that Minnesota, they might not have much on in the way of scoring, but they're awful on defense, and that actually has translated into overs. They're 5-1 over/under in their last 6. Bad on defense, but still, I'm going to go with under 206.5 in Toronto, Minnesota. All right, Troy West, 12 games. What would you like to share with us for a free pick today?
Yeah, my first play that I actually really like today, Pete, is going to actually be on the Houston Rockets minus the points against Sacramento. I know that one looks a little weird. It's a high line, but my God, the Sacramento team, it seems like every day somebody else is out. Yeah. Rudy Gay's out in this game. Darren Collison's out in this game. I know it looks like DeMarcus Cousins will be back, but is that enough to get them going? They're starting NBA. They're starting D-League players at this point. So Houston at home is always a good bet. I like them to get going. I know Dwight Howard's questionable for tonight. He most likely won't play, but hey, the MVP, James Harden's really all you need in that one. I think Houston gets it done by a big margin.
All right. Well, Houston has been vaguely good ATS recently, and Sacramento has been vaguely bad ATS recently. So those are sort of good team situations you're going to bet into there. Problem is, it's minus 11.5, but you're not. That's okay. That's not too many points for you.
Higher than I would want it, but you know what? I still think it's a good bet. Just the sure fact that, like we talked about, Sacramento's season's all but over. Yeah. And now the fact, Rudy Gay plays tonight, he's going to sit tonight. It just seems like they can't get any consistency to their starting lineup, and I think that's going to hurt them. Houston's going into a strong playoff push. I got to go with the Rockets here.
Well, you're going to take Houston minus 11.5. What's your second pick for us, Troy?
Second pick of the day is going to be on Utah minus the points at home against Denver. I think it's a good spot for Utah. Utah's at home. I know Denver's been playing better basketball, but Utah's getting healthy right now. They're playing a much better basketball. I like Gordon Hayward to have a good mismatch here against Denver. I like Utah at home tonight against the Denver Nuggets, who typically don't play well on the road.
Actually, I'll tell you, when that line first came out and I started researching, I thought, wow, Denver here, it was -4, and on the money line was a good bet. But then as I was looking at it more, Denver is just kind of a competitive team right now. They got to cover against Portland, which I liked. I think it was 8.5 or something like that. And they played tight with them, basically the whole game. And they're just kind of a team that is actually hanging tough. They're 3-3 against spread over their last 6, but they were 8-1 against the spread before that. And I think Utah is going to get the win here, but it's kind of a lot of points. 5 or 5.5 right now is the market number.
Yeah, no, I just think at home Denver has been scrappy as of late, but they've been on the road now. I just think it's a tough game. Utah is always a tough place to play. It's always been consistent at home. I got to go with the Utah Jazz. I think they get it done tonight.
All right. Well, they were -4 in the overnight line. Right now, -5 is one of the market-wide numbers. Is that it for you today, Troy?
That's it for me today, guys.
Well, I'm definitely taking the under in Toronto, Minnesota, and I got a lot of leans. I'm thinking about Philly +10, Knicks +10, Houston under 211, Denver under 194. But I think I'm just going to pass on all of those. I think, though, I will add the under 216 in Dallas OKC. It's a high total there. But I don't know. Do you think that that's risky? That Westbrook is just going to go off for have another huge game here, or do you think it'll be relatively modestly paced?
I think it could be modest paced. Absolutely. I think Coach Carlisle's a great coach. You got Monta Ellis back. You got Rondo, who's a pretty darn good defender. I think this could be a game where Westbrook is challenged for every basket he gets. So I actually like that underplay quite a bit myself.
All right, I'll go for it. So Troy and I are both given 2 picks. I'm taking under 216 in Dallas, OKC, and under 206.5 in Toronto, Minnesota. And Troy West from allplayswin.com likes Houston minus 11.5 over Sacramento, and Utah minus 5 over Denver. Troy West, thanks so much. Tell us what allplayswin.com is all about.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, 9 years going strong in this business, Pete. We've had an outstanding March Madness, been one of our best tournaments of the year. Hoping to finish strong here in the Final Four. So excited that baseball's starting up next week, Pete. I hope we can get a regular baseball show going with you. We got the NBA, NHL here, Pete. We've been outstanding in the NHL. Come take a look at allplayswin.com, Pete. Best customer service in the business.
Awesome, Troy. Talk to you again tomorrow.